Hi guys, now let's see about the DBMS lab experiment number 5, subquery and correlated subquery. The aim of this experiment is to execute SQL queries using subqueries and correlated subqueries to retrieve related data from multiple tables. So basically what is a subquery? A subquery is a query that is written inside another SQL query. It is used to retrieve data that will be useful by the main query. Now let's see about the queries given. In the first subquery, I listed all users who have made reservation for the events taking place in a specific venue such as USA. I use a subquery inside the where class. The inner query first retrieves the venue IDs located in USA, and the outer query retrieves the users who booked events in those venues. Query 2, I found the events with the highest ticket price. I use a subquery with the max function to execute this command. The inner query finds the maximum ticket price and the outer query retrieves the event that has that price. What this max function does is it is used to find the highest value in a column. In the third query, I found the total number of tickets reserved for a specific event. I used the count function with the subquery. The count function is used to calculate the total number of rows and or records. This query returns the total number of reservations for the event. In the fourth query, I listed users whose total reservation cost exceeds a certain amount such as 50. I use a subquery with the sum function. The sum function is used to calculate the total value of a numeric column. The query calculates the total cost of the reservations made by the user. In the fifth query, I retrieved events where the number of reservation exceeds a certain limit. I use a subquery with the count function to calculate how many tickets were booked for each event. The outer query retrieves events that have more reservations than a specified limit. The sixth query, I found users who have made more reservations than the average number of reservations across all users. I use a subquery with the average function. The average function is used to calculate the average value of a column. This query compares each user's reservation count with the average reservation count. Now let's see about the correlated subquery. What is this correlated subquery? A correlated subquery is a subquery that depends on values from the outer query. This means the subquery is executed once for every row processed by the outer query. Now let's see about the queries given. In the seventh query, I listed events where the total ticket price of reservations exceeds a certain amount. I used a correlated subquery to calculate the total ticket price for each event. The outer query retrieves events that satisfy this condition. In the eighth query, I found users who have made reservation for more than one event. Again used correlated subquery with the count function. This counts the number of reservations for each user and returns users with more than one reservation. The ninth query, I retrieved events that have the highest number of reservations. I again used a correlated subquery with the max function to compare reservation counts. The 10th query, I display the number of reservations made for each event. I used a correlated subquery with a count function to calculate the number of bookings for every event, as you can see here. In the 11th query, I retrieved events where the total ticket price exceeds the average total ticket price of all events. I use a correlated subquery with the average function to compare each event's total ticket price with the overall average. In the 12th query, I listed the users who have made reservations for multiple events on the same day. I used a correlated subquery to compare reservation dates and event details. This query identifies users who have booked more than one event occurring on the same day. As you can see here, the names are listed here. Thank you.